hiding us from the taken. My tail flicked behind me. I hated to admit it, but Sifrin's grasp of Foxcraft was better than mine. A lot better. Heike seemed to have a plan of his own. We didn't do anything to the rabbits. Honestly, we just saw them. If you take a look now, you'll see them too. A great many rabbits crossing in a group. No trees, no escape, they're just out there alone. Easy pickings. He ran his tongue over his muzzle with meaning. The larger dog's head shot around toward the fields, but the view was concealed by ivy and bracken. Nonsense, snarled the black and tan. Rabbits hate to get wet. Why would they choose to cross now? Heike was quick to offer an answer. Because it's dark, of course. They know that if they cross by day, you'd see them. Foxes would see them. Ravens would spot their young. It wouldn't be safe. The larger dog was smacking his chops and craning his neck over the ivy. His tongue lolled out of the side of his mouth. Rubbish, snapped the black and tan. Why would they go at all? The larger dog frowned, his eyes growing hard. He turned back to Heike. Why would the rabbits leave? Heike's eyes twinkled. Why leave? He paused a moment. My legs quivered nervously, but the gray-furred fox seemed to find his words. Why leave when two mighty dogs with fast legs and great teeth rule over this territory? If you were a rabbit, wouldn't you risk a night in the fields for the safety of the hills? It didn't make sense. Rabbits lived beneath the ground, not high in the hills. Even I knew that, and I was from the snarl. My ears pressed back. Heike was flattering the dogs, and to my surprise, it seemed to be working. The dogs glanced at each other and took a few steps toward the fields. If you hurry, you'll catch up with them, said Heike. Imagine the feast. They say the young ones are especially tender. The larger dog was already prowling through the ivy, his thin tail wagging. The smaller dog started after him, but paused, his head whipping round. Stay here, foxes. If you're right about the rabbits, we may be kind enough to let you go. If you're wrong... His lips peeled back to reveal his fangs. I know what I saw, Heike insisted. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. I could hardly believe my eyes as the dogs disappeared through the bracken. I stood very still, Heike watchful by my side. Then I dropped low on my haunches, preparing to flee. This way, urged Heike. We started racing through the bracken, dodging hedges and roots, tracing a wide path outside the gorge toward the base of the mountain. We kept low, our tails brushing over the ground, beneath the line of foliage. The rain was easing up, but I was grateful for its gentle tapping. It would help to conceal our scents. Despite all I'd learned in the snarl, I wasn't as fast as an adult fox. Gritting my teeth, I hurried to keep pace with Heike. A short stretch ahead of me, the ferns petered out and the ground became rocky. Heike paused at the edge of the bracken, waiting for me to catch up. I crept to his side, breathing heavily. The dogs are in that field, he murmured under his breath. My ears swiveled forward and I traced the bleak horizon. Hills stooped beneath clouds, their outlines faint in the darkness. Before them I could just make out two figures, pacing and snarling in angry loops. A volley of barks burst from the dogs. Those foxes are dead, the larger dog snarled. But we were already far away. In the great snarl, no place was beyond the touch of the bright globes. The whole land hummed with their yellow light. Only here, in the Wildlands, did the night grow as black as a fox's ear tips. In darkness, we passed through a tunnel of ferns and reached the edge of the mountain. We stepped lightly over loose pebbles.